Karkadosh Boker Tov. We're just continuing with halachot of Netilat Yadayim and Siman Daled. When we were talking about the different halachot, whether it's talking about the choletz min alav, taking off your shoes, it's brought down here, the quotes, Rav David Yosef, he quotes, HaKosher sruchim sha'al na'alayim belo shi'iga b'ne'alayim, eno tzarich litol yadav. Which means, when are we talking about that you have to do Netilat Yadayim if you're touching your shoes? Only if you're actually getting your shoes, that you're actually touching your shoes, whether it's going to be the putting on or the bottom. But for example, let's say I'm only tying my shoes. And obviously you're only touching the shoelaces. The shoelaces are on the top of the shoes. So therefore he brings down, this is also brought down, Piskei Teshuvot also brought down, right? And therefore it's brought down in the halacha that you do not need to do Netilat Yadayim if you're only touching your shoelaces and you're only tying your shoelaces. So to do the shoelaces, you don't need to do Netilat Yadayim. So this many times would happen. For example, let's say there's the Kohen, right, that he just took off his shoes for Birkat Kohanim. He's going to come and he's going to put them back on, right? And then what happens is that he's going to come and he's going to start tying his shoes. He does not need to do Netilat Yadayim again afterwards because he tied his shoelaces, but rather when he puts on his shoes, he's going to tie them, there's not going to be a problem. Now, another important halacha is to do with the cutting of the hair. Why? In Sif Yutet, it says as follows, Hamakiz dam me'aktefayim v'no lo natal yadav mefached shiva yamim. Somebody comes and he lets out blood and he doesn't do Netilat Yadayim, he's going to be afraid for 7 days. Hamgaleach v'lo natal yadav. If you're going to cut your hair, right, or shave, and you're not going to do Netilat Yadayim, so you're going to be afraid for 3 days. Hanotel tziporna v'lo natal yadav. If you're going to cut your nails and you're not going to wash your hands, mefached yom echad ve'enu yodea mima mefached. Says Maran, you're going to be afraid for 1 day. But he says, what's this pachad? What's this being afraid? He says, we don't know what it's going to be afraid of. Meaning a person will become afraid, he'll have some natural fear, but he's not even aware of why is he afraid. So therefore it's something very interesting that in these things that a person would have to do Netilat Yadayim, if a person didn't do the Netilat Yadayim, he's going to become afraid and he doesn't know what he's afraid of. So again, it's cutting nails. Now, by the way, it's brought down in the halakha, it's not only cutting your own nails, that after cutting your own nails, you would have to come and wash your hands, even if you're cutting someone else's nails. So for example, you come and you're cutting your children's nails, and after cutting their nails, not only do they have to do Netilat Yadayim, you have to do Netilat Yadayim. The same thing is cutting your own hair or cutting someone else's hair. Let's say you came and you just cut your son's hair, right? You gave them a haircut, right? What happens is the same thing. Not only do they have to do the Netilat Yadayim, you have to do the Netilat Yadayim. So in these halachot, it's very, very important because many times it could be that a person doesn't realize. So therefore, again, it's either going to be bloodletting, it's going to be cutting the hair or shaving, it's going to be cutting the nails, right? And in all these things, a person has to be very, very careful to do with Netilat Yadayim. The last halacha we'll mention is Sif Kaf. Harochetz panav velo nigevam yafeh. He says, panav mitbakeot o ole b'en shechin. Ulfuato lirchotz arbe b'mei silka. He comes and he says, a person in the morning, they come and they rinse their face. They wash their face. He says the Shulchan Aruch, it's very important that after washing your face, you dry your face. He says, why? Because if you're not going to come and you're going to dry your face, you're going to have boils or you're going to have, right, we call it acne in our terms nowadays, but it's going to be that there are going to become things that are growing out of your face. And therefore he says the only remedy for that is to rinse your face with a lot of mesilka, with a lot of water, right, of selek, of beets, right? That you're going to come and you're going to wash off your face with these waters. So therefore it's very, very important that whenever you're going to come and you're going to wash your face, that you make sure that you dry it right after washing.